Hello, art family. Today we're gonna have a fun sit down and talk video, and we are gonna get real. So I was thinking about art and the things that I do to make a living and pay the bills as an artist. And then I got to thinking about all the people who tune in and watch my videos and where they might be on their journey. And I know there's a lot of people out there who are students in school and they just want to learn everything that they can with art. And some people are hobbyists and they just do it for fun when they get home to unwind. And then there's people who want to make a living as an artist. I think all three of those things are really awesome. The fact that you are creating, I just think that's incredible. So kudos to you if you are in any of those categories. This video is going to be more business oriented though. So if you are somebody who's looking to make money as an artist, I hope that this is very informative and helpful for you. Part of the reason why I am making this video is because I do want to help shatter that myth that artists are starving artists and we don't make money, because that is 100% not true. But also I don't want to put this in a framework that artists are super wealthy people either. Some of them are super successful, but there's a whole spectrum, and I'm just going to share with you the things that I do to make money as an artist. And my hope that is if you're somebody who is looking to make money as an artist, that this is helpful for you, that it gives you inspiration of things that you could do as an artist to improve your income, or maybe just pivot and do something else in life if you're not liking what you're doing. Carla Rodriguez did a video on this and mentioned that this is kind of a taboo topic to talk about, like money and stuff with art. And she made a really good point that when there's a lot of unknown floating around about this, it's really easy to be taken advantage of as artists. And as somebody who has experienced that, that's part of the reason why I want to share this, just to help people. This is going to be a really broad video, so if you want me to dive into other topics with this, just let me know in the comments. So I'm going to start with the most obvious way that I make money as an artist first, since you are currently watching it, and that is YouTube. So I get paid for making YouTube videos, and I'm just going to break down like how this happens. If you've watched YouTube videos about making money on YouTube, you've probably already heard this. So there's this thing called CPM, and it's cost per 1,000 impressions, and it is a metric that represents how much advertisers are paying to show their ads on YouTube. And that number is what YouTube gets, but there's another metric called RPM, and that's revenue per milli, and that is how much a creator would make per 1,000 views. That number actually fluctuates every single day. So right now we're in June, and that is one of my slower months of the year, and my RPM is pretty low compared to other months in the year. Now, the thing with RPM is it is also different for every video that I have on my channel, but I have noticed that my longer videos tend to have a higher RPM, and that's because there's also more ads in the videos. But also my business-oriented videos tend to make more too, because advertisers tend to pay more for those types of videos. So like studio vlogs, a video like this would probably have a higher RPM. That is not why I'm making this video, but just full transparency, that's kind of how it works. Now, YouTube does not pay as much as people think. I think there's a lot of misconceptions around pay with YouTube, and it's easy to think, well, because this person is making videos and maybe they have what you think is a large following, they're rich or something, and that is completely not true. I could probably do a video breaking down numbers with this sort of thing, but that's like a topic for another time. But for full transparency, what I earn from YouTube every month is not enough to support my family. It's not even enough to pay my mortgage. But the reason why I do YouTube is because I just want to help people feel inspired to make art. Like, I think about people who have health struggles and they can't leave their house. I can bring art to them through their screen. And that is something I'm super passionate about. I really just want to help people who feel lonely to have an outlet to create, or people who really want to start like a small business and you're watching this. Like, I want to help people feel inspired and have creative outlets. So that's why I do YouTube. But another reason why I do YouTube is because it does help me with my main source of revenue, which is the second point in this video. It is my online shop. So as I said, this is my main source of of revenue. And as an artist, this is super important to me because I really love creating art. Like, that's the thing. That is like the most important part of my job, I feel like, is creating the artwork. It brings me so much joy, but I have to do something with that art to make money. So I have an online shop, and what I do is I sell my original artwork. If you ever want a video on how I price my artwork and my prints and stuff, let me know. I think that would be a really fun topic to touch on, and I think it would be really helpful for artists. But again, this is like a broad video. I can't narrow in on all those things. Not enough time for this one. So let me know if you want to see something like that. But anyway, I have a shop and I sell my originals, and then I sell other things like prints, pencil cases, enamel pins, washi tapes, stickers. I dabbled in clothing once. Sometimes I like to experiment and do things like recipe cards. You can get really creative with a shop if you are an artist. And you can also sell digital goods. So I'm gonna actually share that my shop used to be multiple shops. I had a Mira Byler shop, and then I had other shops under different names that were not affiliated with me, like as a YouTuber, and I did those digital shops on Etsy, and it was like files for your Cricut or Silhouette machines, and you would cut them out and, you know, put them on tumblers or whatever, and it did so well back in like 2017 to 2020. And then the market got super saturated. Etsy kept raising their prices, and I decided, you know what, I'm actually not turning a profit on this anymore, so I'm just done with those shops. So now I only have one shop, but if you want an idea on other ways you can make money, you can do digital shops, and I do think they do well, but I was stretched too thin to manage all of those things. So a couple things about running a shop to make money as an artist. You cannot just set up a shop and be like, okay, this is gonna do good, this is gonna do good, this is great. There's a lot of marketing work that goes into running a shop. So I'm gonna touch on ways that I make money through my shop in this video, because I don't want people to look at this through like rose-colored glasses and just think, okay, if I throw a shop together, it's just gonna do great. Realistically speaking, it is super helpful to have an email list and get email subscribers, because the people that subscribe to that email list, those are like your supporters, and they're following you. They want to know when you release new artwork. Those people on your email list, they're not at the mercy of an Instagram algorithm, a YouTube algorithm, TikTok, Reels, Instagram, all of that. They're on your email list because they want to see what you have to say. I highly recommend making an email list. Anytime I do a shop launch, I always send out an email. Anytime I have a sale, I send out an email, and that's where most of my revenue comes from. I do studio vlogs on YouTube to market my stuff too, and to just give people a look like behind the scenes of a small business. And that is another helpful thing, and posting on Instagram. So those are kind of the ways that I get my shop out there. A lot of people do a lot of different things, so you might find something else works for you, and that's awesome. But I just wanted to put that out there with this category, because you get what you put into it. Like, you can't just put a shop together and hope for the best. I don't really mess around with like Google search SEO as much as I should, but you can also do that for search engine optimization and get your shop ranking higher in search results too. Some other little interesting shop tidbits. My best months of the year are November and December. They generally perform better than any other month throughout the year. Sometimes January is also pretty high. And then May through July, we are in the slow time right now. My shop isn't doing that great, and that's just how it is every year. You just kind of get used to it as a small business. So the next way that I make money as an artist is by doing sponsorships on YouTube, which is kind of funny because this one actually doesn't have anything to do with any of the art that I make, but it is a nice supplemental income. I'm gonna be super honest with you folks though, I am so picky with taking sponsorships, and I usually won't take more than 1 or 2 a month, but most months of the year I don't take them. I probably take around 4 or 5 sponsorships throughout the entire year. And that's because, to me, trust is something that's super important between you and me. I don't want to recommend something that I'm not already using. So I'm not going to take a sponsorship if it's not something that I'm not using, you know? That means I say no to like 99% of the sponsorship opportunities that come my way. I have missed out on really awesome deals, but my conscience just told me not to do it. and that's okay. Some people view it more as like a business transaction and they're a little more relaxed with taking sponsorships. That's fine. It just depends how you view it. I think there's a lot of gray area with this. It's not like a huge source of income for me. I know I could earn a lot more from it if I like pursued it a lot, but I just don't. Okay, so the next way that I make money as an artist is through affiliate marketing. And this one is pretty cool because it's like passive income. I think a lot of people know about affiliate marketing these days, but I pretty much just do it through Amazon because I am a lazy affiliate marketer. I pretty much just link the products that I use in my video descriptions, and I have tried doing this with like other platforms than Amazon, but it just gets really overwhelming and confusing to have a bunch of different ones for affiliate programs. So I've just decided, you know what, I'll just do Amazon. Keep my life easy. Will I make less money? Yes, but now I have more capacity for other things, and that's all right. So yeah, I could definitely be making more money from sponsors and affiliate marketing, but the most important things to me are connecting with my viewers through videos where I create art and inspire other people to create, or inspire people to have their own art small business. I think that's really cool. And my other most important thing to me is obviously to create the art and sell it. Those are the ways that I make money as an artist, but I also want to share with you some projects that I'm working on that could expand my income streams as an artist. So one thing that I want to do is self-publish a coloring book. If you have been watching my channel for the last year, you have probably heard me mention this like multiple times. I have had people ask me like, hey, when is it coming out? So I'm gonna drop some information with this. I have been working on a coloring book for a while, and I'm choosing to self-publish it because I think the profit margin would be better than to publish it through a company. I've looked into this a little bit, and for me, I feel like that's what makes the most sense. So I got some quotes from some companies, and a lot of the quotes were like $9,000 to print around 2,000 coloring books. And that was like too big of a risk / also not in my budget as a small artist. Let's just be real. So what I think I'm gonna do is self-publish it through Amazon KDP. That means that Amazon can fulfill the orders for me and like print them and ship them. And it's a lot cheaper because I don't have to pay like $9,000 up front. And as somebody who is a twin mom who does not work full-time anymore, my time is very valuable, so I think this is just the most realistic option at this stage of life for me. So yeah, I'm working on that. I am hoping to have it come out in the fall, but we'll see if I hit any more hiccups. I think it would be really fun to create coloring books for people of all ages to enjoy. So another thing that I am working on right now is online courses. You have probably heard me talk about this too if you've been watching my channel for any length of time. But basically, I want to come out with a florals course and an ocean painting course. So those are things that are in the works right now. I've written out like outlines and have some plans for them. That's probably also not going to come out until like 2025. I am learning that putting together a course is so much work, like writing outlines and making sure everything makes sense, doing your research and presenting it to people so they don't have to look all over the internet to do this thing, you know? So yeah, I want to sell online courses to help people improve their artwork and learn different techniques. And this is something I'm super excited about. I'm going to do a florals course and probably an ocean painting course. Those are the two that I have been working on anyway. And then as time goes on, who knows? Another thing that I think it would be fun to get into is licensing, but at this stage of life, being a mom of twins and being stretched thin already and not working full-time right now, that's just not something I have time to get into at this stage of life. But who knows, maybe in a year or two, I can consider that. So now that I shared my ways that I make money as an artist and things that I'm working on to expand my streams of income, I just want to leave you with a couple things. And the first one is there's a lot of misconceptions about what artists make and what YouTubers make. So I hope this video provided you with some transparency with that. I don't think artists are starving artists. I think we're just normal people. We're just all trying to pay our bills, right? That's cool. And another thing, I think there's a lot of misconceptions around what YouTubers make, and that's also not true sometimes. So yeah, I hope that this gave a little bit of transparency with that. I'm sure I could do videos where I share numbers and stuff in the future, but another thing I want to leave you with is to know your limits. As somebody who has very publicly shared my art online, something that I hear every single day is, you should do this, or why don't you do this? Have you ever thought of doing this? And I know people have the best intentions with that, but at the end of the day, like, I have lists and lists of things that I want to do. Will I ever even have time to do everything on my own list? No. People do offer really amazing ideas, and I add them to my list, and I'm super thankful for that. But at the end of the day, I am just one person. I am a human, and I'm not a machine. And so as an artist, I have to look internally and realize, you know, I'm okay with not being able to do everything. I might not run my business as efficiently as I could or as intelligently as I could. Like, I'll be real with you folks, but I'm just one person. And at this stage of life, I value being a mom to my twin toddlers over making money as an artist. That's more important to me right now. So I've actually cut back on ways that I'm making money as an artist, and I'm okay with that. Like, that's cool. You just have to accept where you're at and know your limitations. But just remember that you're a person before you are a business. You're not a machine, and you don't have to do it all. Anyway, I hope you found this helpful. And if you're somebody who has just been thinking about getting started, making a living as an artist, or even a side hustle, I hope this was encouraging for you. And I also hope it was like realistic. Like, I'm not making this video to brag that I'm doing these things or to make anybody feel bad. Like, if anything, I just want to encourage folks that they can do this. And we all start somewhere. It took me a couple years to work up to a full-time income. I think it's such a blessing to be able to wake up though and create and know that I'm doing this to support my family. Like, I get to do the thing that I love to support the people that I love. What could be better than that, you know? I'm doing my hobby for work, basically. And that's a beautiful thing. If you want more business-oriented art videos, let me know. Hope this helps somebody. Thanks for hanging out. Have a beautiful day. Bye.